Well, we've done it, folks. That's the van cleaned. We haven't done inside, we're too knackered. I'm going to do that tomorrow. That looks better. Back. Can't really see it, can you? A lot cleaner. Just far cleaner. Thank goodness for that. Oh, I know. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
So you've just seen us. I didn't video us cleaning the van. I mean,
Boring.
you don't want to see that. But we have cleaned it and it looks a lot better. That's a relief. I'm going to go down to do the inside today.
Right. Do you want me with you, dear?
That is entirely up to you.
Will I get in the way? She's doing the floor, right?
Yeah, you'd be sat
Stood
up.
about.
Well, you could be sat up bed. I mean, heating will be on.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Could even put telly on.
Oh,
if you want
I'll
to.
come down with you. As long as I'm not going to be in your way.
Because what I'm gonna do today and inside is that insulation stuff I put down on top of the carpet. Well, we discovered that not your feet marks won't come out of it. So it looks not nice.
It looks untidy.
So what I'm gonna do is take the carpet up. I'm gonna empty the tank because that's the one disadvantage about our van is you can't empty the fresh water tank. There's no drain tap on it. The only way you could empty it is to pump it all into the hot water tank and then let it and open the valve so that it runs out of the van. But there's a plug. There's a plug in the bottom of it, which I take the plug out and drain it onto the ground. So that's one disadvantage about the fresh water tank is that it doesn't have a drain tap on it.
Right. That you can get to easy.
It's under the floor.
You have to.
So what I've got to do today is I've got to take the carpet and the insulation up, and then I've got to take the trapdoor off, and then I've got to take the insulation that's on top of the next trapdoor out. Take that trapdoor out, and then unscrew the cap on the tank underneath the van. Put my hand in the tank, and there's only a drop in, because on his last sites before we come back to Tracy's.
You didn't top it up, did you?
No. Always don't top it up and try and use, without running out, of course, what's in that tank. And when we go on site next, I've got some fluid which is supposed to sterilise the water. So when I put water in the tank, first off when we go out, I put the sterilising solution into the water and then pump it through the taps into the hot water tank, through the pipes into the hot water tank, to hopefully sterilise it. But we don't drink that water anyway. We use containers, water containers for fresh water.
Which you fill up every day, don't you?
Yeah, fill them up every day. So that's the plan today, and then put it all back, but I'm going to put the insulation
under the carpet.
Foam stuff under the carpet, and then vac it. So that's the plan.
That's the plan. That's the plan, boyo.
And it were a lot warmer.
Oh, it did soon get warm in there when you put gas on.
Put the heating on in the camper yesterday. Yeah. While we were doing it outside, and it was
boiled some kettles
boiled some water.
For camper. Yeah.
For cleaning with. Yeah. It got warm in there.
Yeah. It was alright, it wasn't cold, was it?
No. But by the time we'd done outside, we'd had enough.
I mean, we hadn't had any lunch, so by the time we got back here and we'd had our lunch, it was going on for 2:45, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So that's the plan today.
That's the plan today. To go down and do the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the book will take two or 3 weeks, guys, you know, to come.
Yeah. I think so, don't we?
Yeah. I don't understand it. Lulu, I don't understand it. Maybe you could figure it out, Andy. When you go on Lulu, when you publish a book on Lulu, which I have published it, as far as I know I've published it, it's you're supposed to be able to actually buy it on Lulu, I think. But I did a search for it and it's not there. So, I mean, that's not the way I'm selling it. I'm ordering them and selling them.
Sending them to people.
Sending them myself. That's why I've ordered all the envelopes. Yeah. I don't quite know. If you go on there, Andy, you'll see that I've attempted to do something. Because there's a version 2, which I couldn't complete. I didn't know. I got lost again.
A little. Just keep getting lost. Technology keeps beating him.
It does. It's really. Don't explain anything.
No.
I don't know what they want you to do. It says to create a store. Put the URL in here.
URL?
Yeah. Well, I know what a URL is, but I don't know what URL they want.
Right.
I've no idea what they're on about. And there's no explanation. So, God knows, I don't know, mate.
If you keep hearing the clicking sound, it's Ernie is walking out kitchen floor. Because he was trying to eat his way out at cabinet this morning. He sort of scrapes all his stuff away from back wall and then tries to climb up back wall and eat the plastic. There's like plastic vents in there. So whether he's not getting enough air, I don't know, but he's always trying to eat them and pull them out, isn't he?
Yeah.
He does occasionally pull them out.
Yeah.
But he can't get through, they're only little things.
Yeah, there's mesh in there.
No, it's just a hole.
Oh.
And the plastic vent on the top. Yeah. And he's refusing to eat his pellet food at the moment. So last night I gave him some chopped up lettuce with cucumber and pepper, and it had all gone by the time I come down later. So he ate most of that. And his strawberry early in the morning.
Wow.
I've got one more strawberry left, so I can have that today.
Yeah, I was watching Chrome yesterday, because we were talking about his van life now feasible, because he says that when he bought his van, I think it was 4 years ago, when he bought his van to do up, it was 6,000 quid. But it was just a bare van, which he converted. He says that same van now is 12,000 quid.
Double.
And the fuel is double what it was when he started. And he says he went into the supermarket to get some food. And he says he couldn't bear to put anything in his basket. I think he said there was a lettuce was $8 for a lettuce. And a punnet of strawberries were $12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said the prices, this is in British Columbia, are just outrageous. And you were saying, you know, like the price of wood is double. Like the Max Air fan that he put in were 120 odd quid or something, or dollars. But now it's 400. So everything has just gone so through the roof since he started doing it. That he said if I had to start doing it from scratch now, he said I don't think I could afford to do it.
Right.
Because he had to borrow the $6,000 to buy
the van.
the van in the first place.
Oh, right.
So he finished up paying 12 grand back.
Yeah.
For
So
it.
if you have to borrow 12,
Yeah.
you're paying 25.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bad.
Mm.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've noticed some price rises, haven't we? Because I said to you, cooking oils, you know, extra virgin olive oil's gone up.
Mm.
I mean, I only bought a small bottle.
And we noticed in that meat section, there were lots of empty spaces on the shelves.
Well, in a few places there were empty sections.
And the area where the eggs were, they used to have just a bank of
them.
places where different kinds of eggs. And now there's just one little...
Shriveled down to one.
Well, they're in a cardboard box on the floor, basically. And that's all there is. Yeah.
Yeah, you find that things are missing there. If you like something,
Yeah.
you know, especially with Trevor, with being gluten-free and dairy, which we're trying to lower, you find something that he likes, and next time you go, it's not there. There's...
Can't guarantee it'll be there.
Yeah.
So there.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a letter from me, and as usual, it's got no date on it. And this is letter 300. So we are really getting near the end.
Yeah.
A few more yet. My darling Pat, I went to Cellar with Andy yesterday morning and booked a flight home.
Oh.
It is on the 12th of April. Wow. Cellar was the nearest biggest town. The nearest town to where the camp was Bergen, which is about the size of Brigg.
Yeah, not very
where
big,
we used to live.
Really.
Not very big. Cellar was
much bigger.
Yeah, I think it were about 35 kilometres from the camp.
Right.
Don't know what that is in miles.
Mm.
So I booked a flight.
For April.
So that I believe I was coming home to get Pat.
Yeah.
I didn't book it must have been a single, because we didn't fly back. We came by sea and train. I will probably be home about midnight, where I will ring you from Manchester to let you know what time I get to Leeds. I hope you will come by yourself, Pet.
Not at midnight.
At midnight, oh. In the afternoon, I just had a game of snooker with Andy, and then watched TV. Then at night we went down to Bergen. I didn't really enjoy myself. Oh, I have bought the tablecloth, so please don't send the money. This morning I went to the roundhouse and bought a News of the World and had a coffee. Then in the afternoon I watched TV. Now that roundhouse. I remember.
There were comfy seating in there, weren't there? Like the settees and things.
Yeah, well, nice. I used to sit up there hours. I once bought the book I Kind of Loving and read it in a day. Absolutely compelling, that book. So true. It describes my family. It describes a working class family down to a T. There's that book. It describes relationships in the 60s down to a T. So accurate. I have just come back from the pictures. I have forgotten what they called the film, but it was good. I'm feeling a bit miserable now. I think I am getting one of my missing you very much spasms again. Daft, aren't I, love? I'm glad you had a good time at Jimmy Windsor's, pet. Did you get your hair done? I bet you look very pretty, as always. I'm glad my letters made you happy, pet, just like I couldn't live without you, as I'm learning right now, and no one else could take your place in my heart. Well, I was a little upset about that lad, but I know you had to tell me, and I'm glad you know you can confide in me, and know I will understand, as I do, darling. So please don't worry, because I love you very much. I'm looking forward to the phone call tomorrow, Pet. It's all right, booked a phone call.
All right, you'll be telling me why you're coming home.
Oh, I don't know.
I think Andy came home before you, didn't they?
No.
Because I had to have a passport, didn't I? I don't know how I got that.
I think
it was a bit of a struggle.
I think my dad or our kid intervened, helped with that.
All right.
It's nice of you to ask your mum if you can live with me, Pet, but I know she won't say yes. I wish you did belong to me, Pet, and only me, but I'll just have to wait, won't I? Oh, Pat, I'm sorry I'm just down in the dumps with being without you. Please forgive me. It is only 3 weeks now, love. Then you can be safe in my arms, and I will be very happy just to have you near me and make you safe. Anyway, Pet, take care. I hope you are well, as I am, and I hope you are getting my letters, Pet. All my fondest love, Trev.
I don't know whether you explained everything in letters, because we weren't sure who else were reading them. So you might not have explained everything. You might, I don't know whether you explained it to your dad and they sort of
I can't remember.
were in the know.
I do remember being
Not me.
really suspicious about what were going on because of all the letters that went missing. All my letters anyway.
Yeah.
But I did come for Pat, and there was a terrible scene when we were leaving. Terrible scene with Pat's mum. And we had 15 months, I think.
Yeah, about that.
A lovely 15 months
Well,
together.
I won't say it were lovely, because we were still getting
Pestered.
harassed.
She was telephoning the OC up and telling also, I don't know what she was saying to him, but he kept calling me in the OC.
Go home and sort
saying,
this out.
Go home and sort this out. And I says, no, that's what she wants. She just wants to get Pat back. And if I take Pat back, she won't come back. I'm not going. I refuse to go. But we got these letters. Awful letters pestering us. She were wanting to come out. She contacted Yorkshire Post.
Put some kind of an article in
Yeah.
Yorkshire Post.
Yeah, she did, yeah. Well, she were trying to get them involved to
pay for a flight.
pay for
or
a
something.
flight out to come out to us. It was terrible. And that's why there is a letter in that box of letters that has never been opened. The last letter from Pat's mother. We have never opened it. It's still there, unopened.
So I don't know what she said in that letter.
No.
But it wasn't long before we got the telephone call telling us that she'd died
Yeah.
in hospital.
She died in hospital.
Now, I don't know what she died of. I've no idea. I mean, she was suffering with
The
cancer.
trouble with your mum was, for the whole time that I knew your mum, you used to tell me, oh, she's always saying she's going to die. She's always saying this and she's always saying that. And she was always going on about how ill she was. And in the end, it was cry wolf. Nobody took any notice of her.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
She did have problems, but she just drove she just drove us away. She just drove us away. She was her own worst enemy.
She was. I mean, I loved her dearly, but she could be really cruel.
Yeah.
And whether that was, she was on medication for cancer.
She told lies. She told me that my father had rung her and said things to her, and I fell out with my dad, and my dad confronted me and he says, what's going on? And I said, well, you ought to know. And he says, no, what ought to I to know? And I told her that what he'd rung her up and said, and he says, and do you believe that I would have done that? And I said, well, yeah, why won't I? And he just says, well, he never did so. She just caused, and in the end, she just engendered so much hatred in me for her that I just wouldn't, I had no compassion for her at all, no sympathy. No. At all. So that's how it all finished up, you know.
I mean, even my grandma in end who'd always been very supportive of my mum. And, I mean, she'd taken care of us and lived with us. And in end, even she couldn't stand it. She went to live down at my Auntie Ethel's. Because my grandma did own her own house and she'd sold it to help my mum get the bungalow that we'd previously lived in. And she never saw any return for any of that.
No. And it was repossessed.
The bungalow, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very, very sad.
Yeah.
Very tragic affair.
Yeah.
Which has always left a sour taste.
It has, hasn't it?
It's sort of there. In
your mind
all the time, all that.
Even now, I mean, I still think of it and think, it should have ended differently.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have ended like that.
No. But we did have...
We did come home.
Some nice... Yeah, we did, because I bought her a car and we drove home.
Drove home?
Yeah.
I think did we come home twice?
I think we came home twice during that 15 months.
During that 15 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was usually trouble.
Animosity.
Animosity, yeah.
Yeah. So it didn't endear us to come home more often.
No, no.
Never mind.
Right,
We've survived.
we have. Okay, that's it. So
Yeah.
we'll, all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.
We won't bore you anymore with that. Life story.
Well, it's sort of coming towards the end now,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
All being well.
Yeah.